House and Senate make their move. Two traitors are headed to prison. Rip their throats out? By Liberty Bell for veteranaf.com. During the election between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, the left did all they could to try and stack the deck in their favor. These cheating liberals employed a myriad of dirty tactics to achieve this goal, including voter fraud, and yet Trump was still able to trounce Clinton in the presidential election. Now that the election is over, one would think they would move on and accept the results like any other well-adjusted adult, but that is not what is occurring. Instead, these temper tantrum throwing leftists are still clinging to a false hope that Trump can be removed from office and Hillary will be crowned the winner. And that, my friends, was how the Russian collusion narrative was born. Over the past year, the mainstream media has pushed the ridiculous theory that the only reason Trump won was due to Russian involvement. So much so that they insisted on a special investigator to look into it. After Robert Mueller was tapped to look into this supposed Russian conspiracy, it blew up in the left's arrogant faces as the evidence proved an entirely different story. Now, two congressional watchdog committees are straining at the leash and ready to rip some traitorous throats out, starting with a pair of officials who were caught red-handed illegally conspiring to leak Hillary's slanted sensitive information. Nearly 36 text messages recently discovered prove that Peter Strzok and Lisa Page intentionally leaked confidential results of the Hillary Clinton probe to the Wall Street Journal and the Washington Post. Here is more from The Hill. Republican-led House and Senate committees are investigating whether leaders of the Russian counterintelligence investigation had contracts with the news media that resulted in improper leaks prompted in part by text messages amongst senior FBI officials mentioning specific reporters, news organizations, and articles. In one exchange, FBI counterintelligence agent Peter Strzok and bureau lawyer Lisa Page engaged in a series of texts shortly before Election Day in 2016, suggesting they knew in advance about an article in the Wall Street Journal and would need to feign stumbling onto the story so it could be shared with colleagues. Article is out but hidden behind paywall, so can't read it, Page texted Strzok on October 24, 2016. Wall Street Journal, boy, that was fast, Strzok texted back using the initials of the famed financial newspaper. Should I find it and tell the team? The text messages were reviewed by The Hill show that two FBI agents discussed how they might make it appear they innocently discovered the articles, such as through Google News alerts. I can get it like I do every other article that hits any Google News alert seriously, Strzok wrote, adding he didn't want his team hearing about the article from someone else. Strzok played a key role in the early Russia election meddling probe before he was removed last summer by special counsel Robert Mueller for exchanging text messages critical of President Trump, then still a candidate, with Page. The Justice Department has told Congress that Strzok had engaged in an affair with Page, who served as a lawyer advising FBI Director Andrew McCabe. The Hill reviewed nearly 36 texts in which the two agents discussed articles, tried to track down information about a specific New York Times reporter, or opined about leaked information and stories that they fretted were super specific. Republican investigators in both the House and Senate say the text messages suggests FBI personnel may have had media contacts but don't necessarily prove it. So they want to learn more about what the two agents were talking about and whether any FBI officials involved in the Russia probe engaged in leaking, sources told The Hill. Under the Obama administration, the former traitor-in-chief weaponized the FBI, NSA, and the IRS to work against the left's political opponents to destroy them, and thought they could get away with it. Never in their wildest dreams did Obama and the deep state believe that Trump would win and uncover their treason, so there was no plan to hide the evidence. Now, the further they push with this investigation, the truth is being revealed, only making it worse for the left. Hopefully, Trump will push for an investigation into Obama, Hillary Clinton, and the rest of those who have worked so hard to destroy our country and throw them behind bars for good. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, the more they're digging. And I guess Trump allowed them. He gave them enough rope to hang themselves. While we're getting frustrated, Trump had his plan. He knew that more info was going to come out. Let him push, and they're hanging themselves slowly but surely. Excellent. They said he's like a great chess player. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.